Hey guys, I'm late today because I had a birth all night and today. So today I'm going to talk about support systems because one of my main support systems is sitting right here and he's getting coerced into making a video because it's my birthday.
Oh, that's how it's gonna be, huh?
I just
I
wanted
didn't even have time to do my hair.
That's okay, mine sucks too. See, today's my birthday and I'm a midwife and I was at a birth all day on my birthday. So that's pretty cool. But I wanted to talk about how our support systems are, or our family or friends are affected by our eating disorders. So my husband has reluctantly maybe agreed to share some thoughts. If I ask him questions, he's not really sure. So we'll see if this gets posted.
I'm very definite.
Anyway, this is awkward.
That's my point exactly.
Okay, so how did you feel when you first found out I had an eating disorder?
It's been a while. Gotta think through. Pretty scared. Because I never pictured you as somebody who had any issues with eating or with anything else, and it was such a basic thing and something I didn't know much about, so I was actually pretty scared.
Okay, so that's a good point because most people who have eating disorders are really secretive and don't look like they have eating disorders, and so they can hide it from friends and family for a long time. So when friends and family find out, it can sometimes be a big shock.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. A lot of, I didn't realize you were hiding stuff from me. And that wasn't like you'd ever hide anything from me. So, it was weird. It was not in your character, I thought.
And so most people with eating disorders, I think, are really mostly honest in every other aspect of their life, but when it comes to our eating disorders, we're not, and that's what creates the guilt and shame cycle. And like he said, it can affect family members because it doesn't seem like it's in your character because it's something that's almost completely separate than everything else we do in life.
Yeah. I'd always pegged you as somebody like your mom that just would not lie no matter what. And they still kind of do, but then I go, how do I reconcile that with things you hid on purpose? And it was weird. It was the disconnect there. So I think that's an accurate description you gave.
And so, and part of what was going on with me was that I had a lot of internal stress going on that I didn't know how to externalize. And I would say that probably affected our relationship at the time. And that created a lot of stress.
Yeah.
So, one of the things that doesn't work with family members is sometimes when family members find out, they want to help you, but they want to help you by like being the food police and by trying to make sure that you're getting better by trying to fix it, which causes resistance and can kind of backfire. And I think we kind of experienced that for a while until we figured out how to reconcile that. And the biggest thing is just being a support for the person in their journey, but not being like the food police and not having that be the main focus of the relationship.
Every time you talk with your hands, computer bumps.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, at some point I realized that nothing I can do, nothing I say or do is going to change behavior. I just have to be there for you and let you figure it out. Because until you figure out certain things, you're not going to change things. It's not like I can force you to change anything. Or should.
Yeah, so...
It's a general human behavior thing. I don't know why guys never get that through their thick heads. Me being the one with the thick head in reference here.
But I think when we kind of figured that out, he actually became really supportive and knew how to be supportive and really, while it really hasn't been like the topic of conversation a lot, because I think it can create more stress if you are trying to only deal with it from the inside. I think it's good to have outside sources that aren't as connected to you emotionally to help process some of it. And then you can work on the internal relationship and things get better over time that way. So another thing that was helpful was that before I found a qualified therapist that was qualified with eating disorders, I was with another therapist that wasn't so helpful, and actually bringing him into one session was kind of solidified my need to change, because he was able to see what was going on that wasn't functional in that therapy relationship. And so that's one thing that friends and family can be good for, is because sometimes they can see things that aren't helping you or that are helping you, and be able to, in his case, I think he validated a lot of what my concerns were and fears were, and some of the things that I was being told that weren't necessarily true, that it was helpful to have him validate that with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyway, that's my video for this week.
Woohoo! My first time on whatever it is.
YouTube.
Collab channel.
Yeah.
Something.
By the way,
Hi everybody.
we've been married for almost 13 years. So, relationships can survive eating disorders.
It is possible. Unlikely, but possible. No, it's good. It's not, I would say unlikely even.
No, you just have to, I think, you have to work together, and you have to educate your loved ones on how to support you, but also you have to get to the point where you can also be honest with them too, so. That's
Build back up whatever trust issues you end up having.
Mm-hmm.
End up getting through stressful times. Of course, a lot of that stress wasn't necessarily just eating disorder related. It was a lot of other stressors too.
Yeah.
But
The eating disorder was kind of the polar ice cap of all the other problems. That didn't make any sense.
polar ice cap.
The iceberg.
Polar
Yeah.
ice.
The tip of the iceberg.
Tipping of the ice.
That's what I was trying to think of.
Tip of the polar icing cap on the cake.
How do you figure?
I don't know. I just started from one and worked on
This is
through
what
the
happens when you marry a nerd and you also become a nerd.
Yes.
Two nerds in the same
Can't
house.
see my hands jerk.
I was not a nerd when we got married, but I'm a cool nerd.
Taught her to embrace her nerdness. She first became okay with the fact that her kids would probably become nerds, and that is okay. That's good. And then she slowly worked into becoming one too.
This is such a nerdy video. Bye.